Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the League of Europe. It is round 2 of Season X in Division 3. I am solo commentating this week. RJ is on his one-sums because J. Cole is not here, which means I get to waffle even more, which the D3 drivers are going to love me for. Second round, we are at the Shanghai International Circuit in China. A circuit F1 hasn't been to for 4 years now. Well, they've tried to go to for like the last 3 and haven't been able to, but it's still on the game, and they are planning to go back there next year again. But yeah, 16 corners, which about 5 of them are basically another corner. Really good mix, this track, of low speed, high speed, heavy traction zones, heavy braking. It's got it all, really, other than the barriers being right next to you. Moving on to the standings. That's the only standings I can find, because I'm pretty sure they're not up on the website yet. Ignore the points, because the points go down. Their points are nearly right, but the points go down to P12. So 1 point for Jay Hings instead of 1 point for Rex. Rex would have got 3 for last week. But that order is the order in the championship, because D3 was the only division without a single report. So well done to D3. I know only 14 drivers turned up, but we got to take the small wins, okay? This week, as you'll see in a minute, as I turn the sound on, there we go. We have 17 drivers. Now, I do know who's reserve and who's not, but I have to get it up, because I don't have that up right now. But I'm looking through the field. We do have a few of the lead contenders from last week, but someone we do not have at the moment is Ariel Farrell, whose internet has decided to die on him. So tough luck, that one, but we found something that's actually slower than him in his old age. As I think we have the first 5 laps. As you can clearly see, and I haven't mentioned it yet, it's wet in the qualifying session. I have been told it's probably going to be dry for the race, but we'll wait and see on that front, as we've got Jay Hings. I don't know if it's the first car on a lap, but he's just come through the first sector. It said purple. I'm not going to trust it, because the game does that. He pushes now through this middle sector of turns 9, 10 and 11 is the second of these lefts. That's turn 11 there, which I think in the dry it is completely flat. In qualifying you can lose the back end if you get the line wrong, but if you get it right it should be completely flat. But we're not, I don't think we're going to get, with the way the rain's coming down, I don't think we're going to get any dry laps in this session, as Jay Hings brings it through onto the back straight. What would be DRS here, as Harry F goes, is the first to set that first a 42.651 in the Red Bull. Jay Hings going to be coming up towards the line soon. I don't think the Haas in front is on a lap, I don't know. It seems like a slow lap, I'm not sure. As Matt Tibos goes into a 42.7. Jay Hings with a 42.7, 1,000 behind Matt Tibos. So that's P3 so far for the AlphaTauri driver. We've got a few more drivers setting some laps. Cool Kicker was on a lap, I think. Yeah, it's in a 43.4 as Mr. Wouter goes to the top of the timing sheets with a 42.5 and is instantly beaten by YHYY. I'm resisting the urge to say flying fin because that gets used for everyone. Okay, I'm not going to use it now because YHY has been beaten by Rex. Rex had a horrid first race in Australia. I don't think he was the only one that didn't set a competitive lap in qualifying, and I think everyone else was in about half a second. He was about a second back. So goes to the top of the timing sheets. That's a very good start for Rex, who was D2 last season, along with YHYY. They now top the timing boards in D3. The other dropped down, well, one of the others. Actually, no, there was only 3 that dropped down from D2. The other one is leading the championship as of current. DTR Brent, actually at the back of the field right now. I don't know if he made a mistake on his lap. Might have ERS turned down, I'm not quite sure. But he is pushing it. No, he's got ERS on as he comes through the middle sector. Is 6, well, nearly 7 temps up on his lap as he brings it through what is commonly known as the sail section. Has a big slide through there. Manages to get it going in a straight line still. Even with that, should still knock a lot of time off that previous lap as he breaks down into the hairpin of 14. Gets it nicely through there, hits the apex, gets nicely onto the power. And on the run up to the final corner now, just keep it on track, that's all you need to do. Can bottom out on that curve and up to the line. Brent goes into P2, so the 3 boys from D2 last season top the timing sheets with 7 minutes of the session gone. First runs in, it's Rex on pole, on provisional pole, from Brent, from YHYY, just over a tenth between the 3. And Brent's going to be bringing it into the pits as Ryan B in the Mercedes goes up to P7. So once again, top 9 separated by just over 3 tenths. So it's really close yet again. This is what we were seeing last week. Now, to my eye used to see meet, or has it stopped raining on circuit? It was raining. Oh, Harry F goes to the top, 41.9. So yes, the track is getting faster. I think it stopped raining and it might go dry. It depends on how long it takes to dry up. The sun has not come out, so let me see if I can turn the game volume down a minute. No, I don't want that. I want it might. No, I don't want that. Sorry if that causes an issue. I'm fiddling around with settings. Let me just knock this down a tad. Haven't messed with this in a very long time. Just don't want to absolutely deafen everybody. Yeah. We'll see if that holds up. I think it's when I'm on board, it's very loud, but I don't know. There's not much I can do on that front, but we'll try that. Maybe I'll knock it down a little bit more. See, I haven't streamed. This is completely my fault. As we go back to it, yeah, times are coming down thick and fast. I wasn't paying attention to the fastest laps, but as you can see, Harry F was just the fastest, and now he is 7 tenths off as Jordan is now P1. So this is gonna come down very quickly, and whether we get to dries or not, that is what we've got to find out. As Jordan is out of ERS, I think will be making his way into the pits. It's the kind of conditions where you kind of just go round and round and round, but maybe not fueled up for that kind of running. As Jordan makes his way round again, so he will go for a recharge lap potentially. Was the ERS really not that big of a factor? Who knows? Where is Rex? Rex is very low on ERS, is using ERS and has started to, well, he's derating here, down the back straight, brakes late, just about gets it stopped for the hairpin, but a bit wide of apex and a struggle on traction. This track is heading towards dry. It might get a final run in on dries, potentially. There are just over 7.5 minutes left as Rex goes up to P3. This is going to be close for whether the dry tyres come into play. Yellow flag at the exit of turn 1. I think that was Jay Hings. Has come out on dry. So actually, what we're going to do now is if I add the detail, we've got 2 drivers selected dries. Jay Hings, the only one on track on dries, and we'll just have if the tyres are going to be absolutely freezing, it might take 2 laps for them to warm up. As that's what Jay Hings is going to watch on this outlap. Don't want to get too much water on the tyres to cooling them down. Need to find a way to warm them up. It's probably just going to be circulating. But yeah, as you can see, everyone is selecting dry tyres now. As I think that was Julius Show jumping up the order. Let me have a look. Yeah, it was Julius Show jumping up to 4th place. So he's still going strong on the interview. See what the dries can do. As MCR goes to the top now, 40.6. So the inters are still getting faster. Whether the dries can beat that, I don't know. It still looks fairly wet on track, but it is heading that way. They just need to get out on track and clear some of the water. As Jay Hings will now drop down into turn 14. It's nice to see. Yeah, the gear changes on the steering wheel aren't working, but at least we've got the telemetry to show those changes as Jay Hings makes his way round the final corner to start his first push lap, the first push lap on the dry tyres, as DRS is now being enabled, and Jay Hings has managed to open it halfway down the straight. Here he comes through the first couple of corners. Let's go on board how it looks. It doesn't look, clearly the grip's not all there, but it doesn't look horrendous. Very cautious on the throttle, but gets it nicely through that section. And what's the time difference at the top? He's 5.5 tenths up. Right, nearly 6 tenths. On the first sector is Stomper has retired in the pits. That is, wow, that is without a disqualification. Stomper starting his first race of the season. Last, as Jay Hings brings it through the double left of 10 and 11. And now get into turn 12 here, braking hard. Here's the timing split. No, it was before that. I missed that completely. It was 1.2 seconds. So, a lot of time being found. Are they quicker than the intermediates yet? Well, we'll find out in this final sector. 1.2 still only puts Jay Hings up to around P5, but I think the track is definitely heading that direction. And as you can see, through the exit of the hairpin, it looks pretty dry. It's only... Oh, as Jay Hings actually boxes, so... Really not happy with the dries there. Didn't fancy it, as, yeah, people are coming back in off their dries. Everyone's sat in... Most people are just sat in the box waiting for the conditions to improve enough for soft tyres, but I think that's probably why Jay Hings went into the box. He's going to sit there. They're all going to be squabbling for track position at the end here. It's going to be whoever is last on track. And actually, yeah, watching on board the cool kicker through here, it definitely looks... Yeah, it's dry enough. It's dry enough. So anyone on Inters right now needs to get in the pits, I'd say. IRT Crack is going to really struggle to have enough time to get back out, I think. Really struggle here, as there's a McLaren heading for pit exit. Which one is it? It is Matt Tibos. First to go on the softs, with MCR following him out. So gone early, trying to get clear track, but it's going to struggle. The track's going to improve all the time. Who can make the most out of this final run as the Haas of Cool Kicker makes it into the pit box. I really think IRT Crack is going to struggle to make it into the pits and out. He's run out of fuel as well. I don't think Crack's got enough time. As who did we say was first on track? Matt Tibos is the first soft runner on track. But look at the conditions here. It looks completely dry now. That looks as dry as you're going to get it. There's basically no water there. Yeah. You can see there's no grip with the track. There's no like lines made out, but it'll improve. That's why you need to be one of the last ones to go round, as Matt Tibos is going to be the first one to start a lap. Final run. Matt Tibos is not going to have enough time really, if he messes up early, to back off and go again. He's going to really struggle, so it has to be this time around. The yellow flag coming out of the pits. That is a Haas of Cool Kicker, I think, who might struggle to make it round himself. If Matt Tibos is going to struggle to make it round on his flying lap, Cool Kicker is going to really struggle to make it back round. And IRT Crack is also out there as Matt Tibos goes purple to the first sector. So that is where the track is clearly ready for dries. This is going to be a really big jump in performance, I think. The lap times are going to drop significantly. It's just who can make the most of the conditions. Matt Tibos takes a lot of curb on the inside of turn 10. Bit less on the inside of turn 11, but still not perfect as he brakes hard down into turn 12. 4.9 seconds improvement so far in these first two sectors from Matt Tibos. A lot of time will be gained through here. Go flat through here, which is just forcing it round in the wet. Matt Tibos onto the back straight. Will have DRS down to the hairpin at turn 14. One big braking zone to go and a little flick to the left afterwards. Matt Tibos hard braking down into the hairpin. The number 6 car through there very nicely. Now one corner to go for Matt Tibos. He's going to set the benchmark that everyone's going to have to beat as he comes through the final corner. Keeps it on the track. Up to the line. And Matt Tibos does a 34.4. MCR, I think, will be next because Cool Kicker did not make it in time. MCR does a 34.0, so that's 4 tenths, and that's only a few places back on track. We have a Williams next. That's going to be... That was IRT Crack, did not get round in time. Next is an Alpine of Brent, who goes to the top of 33.7. There's too many cars here. Harry F goes third with a 34 flat. Drop down. Jay Hings into second. Next Red Bull, Ryan B goes to the top of 33.5. The times are just absolutely crumbling here. White Troy White up to the line, goes fastest again. 33.4. This is ridiculous. We've got a Ferrari up to the line. And Connor O'Keefe goes into 4th position. Here we have Rex. Rex across the line, only good enough for 3rd with a 33.6. But still a lot of cars going around here. Ryan B in the Mercedes goes up to 7th. We've got Mr. Wouter in the Ferrari next. He goes to P1 with a 33 flat. Aston Martin of Julisha goes 5th. Can Mr. Wouter hold on to pole position? Cam K goes 2nd. And I couldn't see where Jordan went, but I think that's pole position for the Ferrari of Mr. Wouter. And I told you, just staying on... Well, I say I told you, like it isn't the obvious thing. Being the last one to... one of the last ones to cross the line will benefit you. Mr. Wouter and Cam K were really late to cross the line, and they're P1 and 2 for this Chinese Grand Prix in Division 3. Last week's pole sitter, Brent, didn't get the most out of the conditions. Nearly 7 tenths off in P8, Rex in P6. Well, so YHYY was P3, Ryan B in the Red Bull P4, Jordan P5. Rex drew the show. Brent, O'Connor and Jay Hings round off the top 10. These 3 at the back did not get the most of conditions. Matt Tibbos was the first across the line. He was the slowest out of the soft runners, and he just said he did. I saw it. He just missed the cut-off time to get another lap in. I said it would be tight. Just if he'd have got around for another lap, who knows what the improvement could have been. But it's a dry start to this China race, with Mr. Wouter on pole. Cam K, no stranger to Division 3. Division 3, there we go. If I'm correct, he was right towards the front last season. Yes, finished 4th. So him and Ryan B. Oh no, YHYY was Division 3 last season. I think he was Division 2 the season before. Might be mistaken in that. I've definitely raced him in Division 2 a lot. Me and him have raced a lot of times over the years. And we have no formation lap, so this is the start of the race. 5 red lights, and away we go. Good start for Cam K on the inside of Mr. Wouter. Cam K going to get up the inside into turn 1. And takes the lead of the race from Mr. Wouter, who went for the hard tyres first. Yellow flag in the background. There is a spinner, and that is Stomper off at turn 2 as Cam K brings them round through the first section of corners and has the lead. Jay Hings has dropped right down the field, as is Julius Show. Already towards the back, having spins. Let me get the tyre strategy up. There we go. So YHYY follow Cam K on that medium strategy. Mr. Wouter and Ryan B went for the hards. And there's a very good mixture throughout the field, but the medium runners, well, I've only just found out because this is how little I play this game. The medium tyres are actually very good this game. So the medium runners need to make the most of this first stint and try and break away, because in the second stint you would have thought they're going to get closed down quite quickly by those on the alternate strategy, as Cam K brings them down the straight for the first time. Nearly everyone in this train, the top 13 certainly are, as there's a car off in the background with no front wing by the looks of it. I think that's Julie Show having no front wing. That's a rubbish camera angle, as Ryan B is making the move on our pole sitter, Mr. Wouter, who's going to hold the inside the Ferrari. Ryan B not going to be able to go around the outside there, and that gives Rex a great opportunity. No, nothing doing for Rex there. He has got the overtake on. He's going to go to the outside of Ryan B into turn 1. Can he sweep all the way around the outside of those medium tyres? Gets forced out very wide, and there's contact between Brent and Ryan B. That looked a bit clumsy from the Alpine up the inside. And it's Ryan B. He loses 1 position to Brent. Was battling with Rex, but Rex had a very good run around the outside. It's Connor. I think Ryan B is going around the outside of Connor O'Keefe here for P11 and has done so. The highest returning driver from last season's D3 up to P11 after not the greatest qualifying. Oh no, yeah, he started 11th. He's back up to 11. Jordan is battling for P8, has crack on the inside of him going up to turn 11. Stops, there we go, and we'll have to concede that position for now, both on hard tyres, as now we have YHYY going for the lead of this race from Cam K, and gonna take it down at the hairpin. You would have thought on the inside. Cam K goes a bit wider, looking for a cutback, but just not enough, yeah, just too short of a straight really to do that on, as that is very wide from Rex in the background, and we already have someone into the pits. That's going to be Ryan B. Whether that's a broken front wing for the Red Bull of Ryan from that contact with Brent, who knows? But that, yeah, Ryan on the hard tyres has lots of movement further back. That is Jordan up to, yeah, now up to P10. I think Ryan B might have just, yeah, he's just overtaken Jordan in that first sequence of corners, and now has IoT crack in front of him to try and chase down for P8. On board with Rex. That's a slide, bit wide from Mr. Wouter. Brent having to back out of it. Doesn't want to gain this place here. Wants the DRS, but look at the gap to the top two now. It's 1.9 seconds. Rex, it's not what he wanted at all. I know he wanted to wait for DRS because you don't want to be re-overtaken. You want to make this move stick, and he will make this move stick with DRS. I don't think that this is a contest down the straight. But Rex up the inside. It's going to take P3 of the race in this early stage, and now has to try and chase down the top two of YHY and Camke. Camke going with YHY as Crack gets through on Cool Kicker. Defends the inside hard from Ryan B, and Ryan B gets forced out a little bit. Cool Kicker is now going to defend, well, going to hold this position, but can Ryan B do anything about it? Is there a gap up the inside? No, he's going to have to watch his teammate here. Teammate trying to go around the outside on him. Jordan no way through there, and Ryan B has to sit in behind Cool Kicker again, who must have made a mistake or a little bit of a slide with Crack, because he lost a lot of time very quickly. Yeah, it's the one we haven't seen in this race. MCR. Well, I say in this race, it's four laps in, as Stomper does the fastest lap of the race. But MCR just quietly at the back of this medium train. He's just someone that goes about his races very quietly. He doesn't get noticed a lot, but he's always in the mix. Is MCR, as yeah, he's just following through at the moment. Mr. Wouter has managed to keep he has managed to keep DRS this time around. He is a very long way back from Rex. Rex will probably try and break it. Rex was gaining a lot on Camke, but that has just closed up pulled up there. Opened up considerably because of DRS, as Brent has managed to get through. Wow, I missed that move. Brent's managed to overtake up the inside of the hairpin. Must have sent that from quite a long way back. Brent does like his sends, as the MCR now going for the move on Mr. Wouter. Pole sitter on the hard tyres, going to play the long game in this race. Still holding the inside against MCR. MCR has enough space on the inside of turns 3 and 4, and he's going to hold that one. And up into P5 for MCR. The Aston Martin following Brent through a few corners later. So now the top 5 all medium runners. Ryan B must, I don't know, might have got damage. He's setting some blistering laps already at the back of the field. Yeah, the gaps have started to open up towards the front just because of how long certain drivers were behind hard runners, but MCR now has got a great opportunity to stick to the back of Brent. Brent went a little bit wide through turn 11 on exit, and is well and truly back in DRS range. I think Mr. Wouter got DRS as well, but it's a nice gap behind him as well. Camke still just following in behind YHY as MCR doesn't want to go for that overtake on Brent. Rex is doing a nice job against the timing of Brent as well, but nothing doing trying to catch the DRS train of those two cars and that DRS train in front. Camke Doing a great job as MCR now dives to the inside of turn 1. Very, very nicely done from MCR up the inside into P4. These two fighting it out over 4th place at the moment. Got to remember their race isn't now, it's in that second stint. They're not racing, well, they are racing each other, but it's not the only thing they're racing. They're racing the alternate strategy. They've got to use their pace now to try and pull away from the hards more than close up to the mediums. You don't want to be slipping backwards. Obviously you want to go forwards, but you don't want to be slipping backwards as Matt Tibos gets through on Ryan B. Ryan B was looking at the back of Cool Kicker, now stuck in a DRS train, and Matt Tibos gets through. There might have been a little bit of an error in there from Ryan B to get through, for Matt Tibos to get through in that middle sector. As they bring it round onto the straight for the 6th time this race, as we've got Connor O'Keefe looking at the back of Ryan B. This is not what Ryan B would want, is being attacked by a hard runner at this stage of the race. As you can see the red light on the back of Matt Tibos' McLaren flashing as he comes down to the hairpin. That's late on the brakes from the Ferrari and the Merc. Merc on the inside. Is he going to be able to hold his nose in? No, Ryan B has to back out that one. A bit wide as well. So this top 12 are just separated themselves. I think the cars behind are all the ones that have had a few incidents. But there's a clear separation. You've got the top 6 just fighting their own thing at the moment in their own little battles. And then there's this train from P7 down to P12. Not all on the hard tyres. Ryan B and Matt Tibos stuck in the middle of this train on medium tyres. Matt Tibos, as I say that, he makes a move on the Haas of Cool Kicker, the one that's been the cork in the bottle for all the drivers behind. Matt Tibos gets through on those mediums. Yeah, it is low on ERS, and it's a difficult one to gain it back. This game in general is difficult to gain the ERS back, but Matt Tibos is through up into P8 and one car in front of him in this train. If he can clear crack and get up the road, that's exactly what he'll want. Whether he can clear the Williams, as the mediums will start to fall away at the end of this, well, about now in this stint, the mediums and the hards will slowly be around the same pace. As Matt Tibos opens DRS, Crack went very defensive to the inside, which was strange because Matt Tibos was absolutely nowhere near him. Oh, and Matt Tibos has been hit in the back. I think that was Cool Kicker. Wow, that is... I saw Connor O'Keefe go flying in, but that didn't look like contact. That was, yeah, penalty for Cool Kicker. Wow, that was late. That was really late. And Matt Tibos has lost a chunk of time for that. I hope he's not got rear wing damage from that contact, because that was... Yeah, that looked like a hefty impact. Cool Kicker lost his whole front wing and went absolutely flying off into the runoff of turn 14 and now into the pits. So that, yeah. Sorry, I was on the wrong person there. But Jesus, that was bad. As Matt Tibos is trying to get, yeah, he's back in DRS range of Crack, so he's got to build up to the back of him now. Now the gap behind him is 1.1, so a little bit of leeway behind. Up the front, Cam K and Wyatt Troy still, well, still going along nicely. Rex, that gap has maybe widened a little bit, but not by much. MCR and Brent about the same as what's happening with Rex and the leaders. Just the gaps are opening slightly, but not a lot in the long term. But Mr. Wouters staying right in there with MCR and Brent in this battle for P4 at the moment, and that sets up Mr. Wouter very nicely for this second stint when he's going to be on the medium tyres compared to everyone else's hards. As we start lap 9 of this race in China. Matt Tibos close behind Crack again, so caught right back up. It might allow Jordan to get DRS this time around, but where Matt Tibos decides to go for this overtake, I don't know. He has not got enough DRS to just launch out of one of these corners and go. That's very far back if he goes for it there. No, takes a wider line, tries to swing it back. Nothing doing. Crack makes a mistake, and Matt Tibos is going to get the inside. There's a little bit of contact there, but up the inside of turn 7. Is that turn 7? No, turn 8. And Matt Tibos is through. The corner numbers are weird right there. Matt Tibos is through up to P7. Can he clear Crack and get a nice little gap going onto the back straight? So he's not under much threat from DRS. We'll find out as they bring it through the snail section. Crack is still only 5 tenths back, so within range here of Matt Tibos. I've done this camera angle, it's awful. We'll go on board with, we'll watch Jordan as yeah, Crack not close enough this time around. The leaders still staying in place as Connor O'Keefe takes the position of Ryan B. So Ryan B heading in the opposite direction on those mediums as Matt Tibos is making his way up, as Brent is the first one of the leaders to call his shot and go for the undercut onto the hard compounder tyres. Now the undercut, well, his undercut in the last race was ridiculous. He gained 6 seconds in 1 lap of undercutting. Can't remember who he was. I think. Yeah, no, I can't remember who he was undercutting. Was it Cool Kicker? I think it might have been Cool Kicker in the Haas. 6 seconds he gained in that 1 lap. As Brent comes onto the... Oh, that was close with Ryan B. Ryan B probably will have to make another stop in this race. 7 laps on mediums is already a lot, considering he's already pit. But that's where that's put him. It's put him back up with Brent, who was the one he had the incident with in the first place. So there's going to be absolutely no love lost here. Cool Cooker does the fastest lap of the race in P17. But it's going to be interesting to watch Brent here. Probably not where he wants to be, stuck behind another car on his outlap, but warming the tyres up, especially hard, as it might be the perfect place at the same time. You want clean air, but if you can warm up your tyres and then get a nice slipstream, take the pain, still get DRS and then overtake later on in the lap, it might play out very nicely for Brent here. He's going to have DRS. He's right up behind Ryan B. And there is a yellow flag. That is Tunis show. Let's just have a look. Got it going again. No risk of a safety car. And Brent's going to be side by side as they open DRS here. Brent up into P12 on track. This is, he's the first one. Matt Tibos into the pits. He was a bit further behind in that next group of cars. The leaders have all stayed pretty much where they were, so it is just Brent. Brent going very early, lap 10. No, I think it was the end of lap 9. So gets a second lap to try and undercut. He won last week's race from pole position. In the end, it wasn't particularly. Well, it was close. Farrell kind of missed the chance to take that race win. Brent did pick up a penalty. Farrell had a great opportunity to pass in those penalties, but just fell short in the end. But in terms, it was about 3 seconds on track as Brent brings it through this middle sector on those fresh hards, all up to temperature now. Where is he? Where did Matt Tibos come out as well? Matt Tibos, not that far down the road actually, about 5.5 seconds between him and Brent, nearly 6 seconds, as he's going through the pain of warming his tyres up now. Who's going to react? The top 2 stay out. Rex stays out. MCR stays out, so that is 3 staying out. Cool Kicker's had a spin down at turn 11, hit the wall, lost a part of his front wing, but is still going in the right direction as we have Ryan B into the pits. So that's in his battle with Matt Tibos. So this could be a little bit of interesting information. I think Ryan B was behind Matt Tibos Don't know how far behind. It was... Okay, it was about 3-4 seconds. So what's the gap when Ryan B comes out of the pits? As Matt Tibos goes by into turn 1, it is currently 6.7. So that is a lot of time gained by Matt Tibos on that undercut. And the leaders still stay out. Brent is in a very good position here. I think they might have to think about reacting this lap because he might have just put himself in the lead of this race once all the pit stops play out. Cam K did take the lead off YHYY. They have started swapping it, whether YHYY sits in behind now. Cam K might be in a position where the Alpines are 1-2 provisionally in this race as they come through the through the hairpin. Are they going to come in this lap? The Alpine stays out, but the McLaren is into the pits. YHYY, who's led a lot of this race from the start, is into the pits. Cam K stayed out. Rex stayed out. MCR follows in the Finnish driver. So where is Brent going to play out in terms of YHYY? I think Brent's going to be ahead. YHYY got held. He got held by a... No, he did. Okay, he didn't. It's just that thing again. Where is Brent? Brent's coming down the pit straight. There is YHYY on the right-hand side, going into turn 1. So that is how much Brent has closed up in those, 3 laps? Brent's now in DRS range. He's now in DRS range of YHYY. After being maybe 5 seconds behind. That is trouble for Rex and Cam K. They've stayed out a lot longer. See how much pressure YHYY is under. Cam K is going to be probably behind his teammate. Rex is going to be gone. Rex is going to be miles down the road. And it also puts a lot of pressure on Mr. Wouter to find that time towards the end of the race. As we have a yellow flag, that is due to show out of the race, and that is a save. Wow. Okay, race just flipped on its head once again. Wow. Cam K, after all of that, Cam K is going to have the lead of this race. YHYY. Pit. Wow. Okay. I have no words. Just when you think the race is set, and Brent has made things really interesting with strategy, he's now going to come out. Might still be in the lead of this race. Although, saying that, Cam K is at the end of the pit lane. Cam K is going to have the lead of this race. Rex has still come out behind. Rex has come out in P4, but he's going to be in this group now. And now, the one to watch are all the medium runners that did the alternate strategy. Just like that, it's just changed. 15 laps on mediums. I mean, the leaders have just shown they can do 13 on the heavy tank. On a lighter tank, 15 is doable with a few laps on the safety car. Mr. Wouter in a great position. Crack in a great position. This helps out all the people that are miles behind. I mean, Cool Kicker's going to get the chance to catch back up. Ryan B, who was a pit stop down after early contact, is going to... He's right in the field now, P11. MCR, after all of that, is P13, because MCR went back into the pits to change onto mediums, and is now right back down the field. That has completely changed the complexion of this race. But the other strange thing was, there was no one near it on track. Normally the safety car comes out when there's someone near it on track. I think the leaders were just coming across the start-finish line. The crash was at the exit turn 4. So, yeah, we have a full course safety car in Division 3 for the crash of NRT Jeweller Show. The Aston Martin driver who had an incident earlier in the race, I think had no front wing. I can't remember who the incident was with. But is out of this race in Shanghai. Just be about Cool Kicker catching up now. It's 30 seconds behind, so it might take a while. As we also have Stomper and Harry F. Trying to catch back up as well. Wow, I need a little bit of and chill out a little bit. I've done. I'm a bit out of breath. Under this safety car, we'll slowly get the field munched back up. It is just Cool Kicker now who needs to catch up to the field. It looks like it's probably going to stay dry. It's been overcast, but I trust these conditions. Probably going to stay dry for the rest of the race. Yeah, that top four. All on the hard compound of tyres. I don't think we'll get Cooley catch. We might get him catch up right at the end of the slap, but they are going to come down the straight in a minute. So it might be a bit difficult for him to gain on the field down the straight. And it might be one more lap under safety car. Who knows? As Mr. Wouter, the pole sitter, ready to lead the charge of the medium drivers. They are a long way off the back of the safety car. Right, yeah, a long way off the back of the next car in front. It's not going to be safety car in this lap, surely. Oh, it is safety car in this lap. I spoke too soon. What is that camera angle? That is horrible. As Cam K, leading this race, gets to decide the pace, gets to decide when to go. No one can overtake until the start-finish line. Cam K leaves it late, he doesn't go there, and now drops the hammer. Not a very good restart, wow, and given his teammate Brent a great opportunity at getting through on White Tribe, right up the inside of turn one, no contact, they keep it clean. Brent, oh, he's understeered into the side of someone again from turn one, as Mr. Wouter has just snuck his way in to P4. One overtake already done. Rex has got to watch his teammate behind. The Stomper has already spun on this restart lap. MCR down to 15th. Mr. Wouter, there's I think there was a little bit of contact there with Rex, Brent, and whoa, that was close. Whoa, and Rex has gone round. That was just a calamity from, they were about 4 wide in there. Crack snuck through. Brent was there. I don't know what just happened, but Mr. Wouter is still 4th, but Rex is right down the field now because of that. He's now in 15th place as Harry F has also had a spin. There are some very clumsy incidents in there. As Jordan gets through on Jay Hings. Jay Hings didn't have the greatest start to this race, having a spin, but not had the greatest restart lap as well. As we're going to watch Mr. Wouter closing rapidly on Brent. Going to go to the outside of the Dutchman. Last week's race winner. Last week, current championship leader. Probably still be championship leader if it finishes as it is. Mr. Wouter, nothing doing that time around. He's got to watch out behind. Crack is very, very close to him. But they stay as they are as Mr. Wouter goes at the inside of Brent. I didn't quite expect that. I saw that very late. And Crack has made contact with Brent. Brent involved in so many incidents at turn 2. It's getting a bit ridiculous now, but that one wasn't actually his fault. By the looks of it. As Crack now trying to make that move back. And Jay Hings, Matt Tibbos up to P8. That was another bit of contact, I think, with involving Crack. And this is getting, as Jay Hings finally backs out of that one. Jordan through on Matt Tibos. And that's more contact with Jordan and Jay Hings. Jesus. Out of all of this, it looked like the Williams and the Alpines were in prime position. The Alpines are still not in a bad position. Kamke still leading this race. Brent still in the mix in P5, but the Ferraris are now P3 and P4 on the medium compound of tyres. They are in prime position, and good thing for them is DRS still isn't active. So I think there's one, next lap DRS is activated. Mr. Welter has a really good chance of getting back in DRS as Brent goes up the inside of Crack. Is he going to be able to do that? I don't think so. Jay Hings is on his outside. They're always 3 wide. This is the problem. They're going 3 wide in places that just don't work. Brent's now P9. Must have got out there on the grass potentially, down to P10. So last week's race winner was in a prime position before that safety car. With the undercut, was looking like he'd have the lead of the race. Now down to P10 as Matt Tibos is going round the outside of IRT Crack. Can he get it? IRT Crack has a slide and Matt Tibos is into P6. So they're just swapping positions for the fun of it right now. Matt Tibos in the McLaren up to P6, so the McLarens are now in a pretty good position as well, with YHYY right on the back of Kamke for the lead. Mr. Welter trying to get in that DRS zone. About 1/10 out. His teammates 1/10 out from them, but they've dropped the driver behind, which is Jay Hings. So now they just need to focus on this battle in front. It's all about closing up, as Mr. Welter has got into DRS. Conor O'Keefe has not, but there is a prime opportunity if they don't start to battle in front. I think YHYY will go for the lead of the race, and he does up the inside of Kamke. That is a horrible camera. I don't know why he did that. As YHYY takes the lead. Mr. Welter did have DRS, but not much doing there, as Matt Tibos is battling up the inside of Jay Hings, gets that move done, and Jay Hings can't get the traction out of the corner. Matt Tibos up to P5 as Jordan gets through on IRT Crack out of DRS already. Mr. Welter in DRS, Conor O'Keefe right on the bubble, and if this closes up as I think it will on this next lap, the Ferraris are going to be right in the battle. On the medium tyres, well, we've still got YHYY and Kamke at the front, like they were in this first stint. YHYY did well, actually, considering the safety car kind of messed him up a little bit, but he is right back in the lead of this race like he was. But the Ferraris are going to be with those pair at the front. Mr. Welter was always in the mix, but Conor O'Keefe's kind of come from the midfield a little bit. Conor O'Keefe started P9. Mr. Welter started a pole, obviously. Matt Tibos has come from P14 to P5, but he has dropped Jay Hings. He has cleared the AlphaTauri driver of DRS, I think. So they come through turn 12. No, Jay Hings has just snuck into DRS, but has Conor O'Keefe got DRS? Let's watch. Yes, Conor O'Keefe did get DRS. So this is the top 4. This is the battle for the win. Unless anyone else can sneak up and close up, but it's going to take a lot with how powerful DRS is on this game. Sorry, my game sound just went a bit jumpy. But the Ferraris are right there now. They're right in this battle. YHYY still leads from Kamke, from Mr. Welter and Conor O'Keefe. On lap 20, 8 laps to go at the end of this one. Yeah, it's a completely different battle. MCR was up there. Brent was up there. Rex was up there. Rex obviously had that incident. Well, he had an incident. Brent had an incident. MCR was up there, but decided to pit again for mediums, and it won't get him the position he was in, but it might get him a better position than he was going to get. Rex pit again onto mediums. He's going to come out dead last. So he'll need another safety car. Brent still in the points, but last week's race winner looking like he's not going to bring much home from this week. YHYY has just managed to clear Camke of DRS. Now this could either be a great thing and he can pull away, but I don't think it's going to go that way, as Mr. Wouter now will have a sitting duck in front of him, Camke. Camke out of DRS. I mean, Mr. Wouter's not doing much better, but out of DRS. He was down the back straight. Mr. Wouter not quite close enough and did lock the rear tyres there, but managed to get away with it. As Jordan trying to make a move on Jay Hings for P6. And Jay Hings does back out in the end. So that's Jordan up to P6, and this should be IRT. We crack up to P7, but Jay Hings got like almost like a second wind there down the straight. Going to be forced out wide, and that's crack through up into P7. So they'll go chase after Matt Tibos now in that battle for P5. Matt Tibos is slowly was gaining a little bit on the Ferraris. I just don't think it's going to be enough. The Ferraris really, really have to look forward. They have to dislodge one of Camke or YHYY. It's got to be Camke. They've got to dislodge him, just put him out of his rhythm, and they've got to get one of them ahead of the Alpine driver to go chase after this win. With the situation with the tyres, I don't think they won't want to sit back and take third and fourth. It's good points haul, but it's not what they want. They'll want P1 and P2. As you can see, Connor Keith losing out through there and actually losing DRS. Camke will have DRS, but will he have anything to fight the Ferrari? If the Ferrari gets a sniff of a gap, it's going to go for it. It's run out of ERS down the straight. It's going to have the inside line. Going to brake as late as physically possible around the outside of Camke. Camke squeezing the Ferrari to the track limits. And I think Mr. Wouter will have the inside here into the final corner, and Camke goes wide off track, and that's not going to do him any favours whatsoever. So Mr. Wouter up into... They both have DRS. Camke is going to come back at Mr. Wouter down into turn one. Can he go round the outside? Can he go all the way round? That was very close to contact, but Mr. Wouter is through up into P1, and up into P2, sorry, and now can go chase after the McLaren. I can call him a flying Finn now because he is absolutely flying in the lead, but Mr. Wouter is not gonna stop for anyone in this race. He went with the reverse strategy, got a little bit lucky with the safety car and bringing him closer to the hards, not having to do the hard work of chasing. But it's made his life harder in terms of overtaking. But now, one Ferrari's going after the lead. The other one is trying to get him a place on the podium. Camke has just fallen out of DRS range from Mr. Wouter and will not get it back. And Connor O'Keefe is in prime position now to make a charge on the Alpine. Maybe not in the same place that Mr. Wouter did down the straight, but you never know. Actually, this is going to be really well. Actually, it's not. It's going to be a no contest, as Camke has nothing to fight that with. Connor O'Keefe is up onto the podium. Two Ferraris on the podium at the moment. Matt Tibos was gaining before that. I did see that. Matt Tibos was getting closer. He might get Camke. Might have a chance of P4. But Connor O'Keefe just out of DRS from his teammate. But I think easily should have enough to stay ahead of Camke, and now we've got Mr. Wouter right on the back of YHYY, and we've got Connor O'Keefe not far behind. This could be a Ferrari 1-2. Mr. Wouter setting himself up. Does he have the pace to clear YHYY? YHYY is, no matter what tyre you put YHYY on, he almost sets the same lap times no matter what. He is one of... He's got this just knack of being consistently quick. No matter what, like, you can never rule YHYY out of anything. And actually, Mr. Wouter's made a mistake there and lost DRS. So, it's going to be a bit longer. He's really struggling with those rear brakes by the looks of it. He's just sliding into every braking zone. It just looks like he's locking the rears. Conor O'Keefe will have DRS on him, but he will not have DRS on the car in front of White Why doesn't have much DRS to play with, but none of them have much DRS to play with. Cam Case broke late. Oh, that was... I don't think he wanted to do that. I think that was more him trying to avoid a collision than him trying to make an overtake. Conor O'Keefe's lost DRS this time around, so they've all slipped a bit back. Are the mediums, well, are the hards coming back at the mediums here? I know why Mr. Wouter made a mistake, but Cam K's staying with Conor O'Keefe. It's not been particularly difficult for him. With 4 laps to go after this one. Battle for the lead, still up in the air. Y leads by 1.5, well, just under 1.5 seconds from Mr. Wouter, our pole sitter. Conor O'Keefe, the other Ferrari, in 3rd place, trying to close back up to his teammate, but he's got Cam K all over the back of him, trying to get a podium. He's worked very hard for that podium. Cam K started 2nd on the grid. Did a great first stint, managed to stay with YHYY. It's just in the 2nd stint with the safety car that he's been off the podium, but other than that, he's been in that top 3. Well, he was in that top 2 the whole race until a few moments ago. As they come down the straight, Cam K in the DRS of Mr. Wouter. That is extreme weaving, and that can... As Cam K goes straight up the inside, easy as you like. Later on the brakes, Conor O'Keefe's going to go for a switchback, but I just don't think has the drive. And after all of that, Cam K back through on the Ferrari driver. And do you know what? Mr. Wouter has not closed back up to... I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry. I don't know what my audio is doing right now. There we go. Sorted itself out. Yeah, the mediums are kind of falling back again. But Matt, I was saying earlier, Cam K goes for another kind of half-hearted dive of Conor O'Keefe. Matt Tibos is right here. He's trying to get himself involved in a podium fight. He's done excellently. He was the first one. No, he was the second one to pull the trick. I think him and Brent Pitt at the same time. But he went back onto mediums, I think, Matt Tibos, in the pit stops, and now is P5. Started P14. We show positions gained. There you go. Matt Tibos up 9 positions. And now is in DRS range of Cam K for P4. Is in this battle for P3. Conor O'Keefe is now 2 seconds off his teammate. Mr. Wouter is now 1.5 seconds off the lead of this race. YHY back in a little bit of control at the front. There's more contact, I think. That will, if it wasn't contact, it looked very close between Jordan and Crack as Crack gets through down the straight. And Crack very aggressive in defence. Almost looked a bit too late from IRT Crack. And Jordan going to hold that inside and shut the door. No, he keeps the door wide open. But round the outside, that tends to be where where there's more grip. And Jordan holds on to that position. 4 now. Is Crack going to come back at him down into turn 6? No. Sits in behind. Jay Hing's not out this battle either, so we'll go back. No, I don't want to change that. I want to change to tyres. There we go. So yeah, it's the top 2 have kind of separated themselves from each other more than anything else. Mr. Wouter had his chance, I think, and I think his chance is gone. YHY, those hards have just seemed to pick up. I mean, Brent did 9 laps on the mediums. YHY did 12, and I think everyone else was going to pit on that 13th lap when the safety car came out. So these tyres are on their 13th lap right now. The mediums. I mean, they did have a few laps on the safety car, so let's call it 12. 12 laps at a full pace. They're going to be struggling, the mediums now, and you can see that because Matt Tibos has actually fallen back away from Cam K on this last tour of the circuit as Cam K picks up a penalty. So that's screwed up any chances he had of granted. What was the translation? Higher places. It didn't work in the context of him. I don't think he's getting the win out of this. He might get a podium depending on what happens, but it's going to be a tall order. He's just about hanging on to a top 5 at the moment, Cam K, so with that penalty. Actually, I'll bring up penalties. That's probably the best thing to do right now, as Mr. Wouter is now 1.9. Well, he wasn't over 2 seconds behind YHY. So YHY, without a mistake, I think has got this one. I don't know what it will do to the championship orders because the championship standings aren't right in front of me. I'd have to look at last week's results. I can't remember that off the top of my head. But we still have this battle on track for P3. Matt Tibos is back in it now after a lap of well, setting himself, I guess. Cam K doesn't have any ERS at all, but must have some wicked straight line speed because the amount he pulled, it's not even the amount he gained to Conor O'Keefe, the amount he pulled away from Matt Tibos is just incredible when Matt Tibos also has DRS. Oh, it's bad for that corner. Yeah, the sound's bad for that corner. So we've got this battle for P3. We've got a battle behind for P6. And then there's a bit of a battle potentially for 11th. There is a battle for 9th as well. MCR up into 9th. Well, in 9th. I think it was 9th. But he was higher. As Cam K now looks down the inside of Conor O'Keefe, down into turn 6. They avoid contact, but Conor O'Keefe's going to get the traction. These are half-hearted dives from Cam K, no proper send. I think if you're going to send it, just go all the way through. Obviously don't hit them, but you've just got to go for it at some point. He's kind of sending it and then backing out of it halfway, and it's really not working. And he's got a penalty. He just needs to send it and get on with it, I think. He's now dropping behind Jordan, as it stands. So, as they come through the snail section for one last time. Cam K needs as much time as possible. I think this podium is pretty set. Cam K, obviously with the penalty, can't get close to Conor O'Keefe. But we're going to go on board. Well, we're going to watch this man cross the line. YHY, pretty much from start to finish, wins the Chinese Grand Prix in Division 4. Mr. Wouter, our pole sitter, valiant effort for P2. Conor O'Keefe makes it a double Ferrari podium, and actually it's a McLaren 1-4 as well, as Matt Tibos manages to make his way from P14 to P4. That's just glitched and said Conor O'Keefe's crashed out the session. Cam K said the pen's getting taken off, but we'll wait and see on that. Conor O'Keefe definitely didn't retire from the race. That's really confused me now. So where was I? Yes, Jordan would be P5, Cam K P6. We'll see what happens with that penalty. He thinks he's getting... He got a warning entering the pits. Now, you can get a warning entering the pits. IRT Crack was P7, Jay Haynes P8, MCR P9. We'll see if it restores. It hasn't restored it because Matt Tibos is on the podium. and my frame rate has just dropped to 0. But that is the Chinese Grand Prix in LOE Division 3. YHY, pretty commanding win. After that first lap, started third on the grid, finished in P1. Mr. Wow to finish his P second. P second. There you go. That's how fast I'm speaking. I'm not even. I don't even know what I'm saying after that. Mr. Wow to finish his P2. The Ferrari of Conor O'Keefe finishes P3. It says he finished 3.6 seconds off, but yet it says he's 16th. So that's wrong. Matt Tibos P4, Jordan P5, Cam K P6, we'll see with the penalty, who knows. IRT Crack in P7, Jay Hings in P8, MCR P9, Cool Kicker in P10, Ryan B in the Mercedes in P11, and Brent, who was our championship leader, I don't know if he will be after this one, taking up the final point in P12. I did not see who got fastest lap. It should show on there. But that is the end of the second round of the season at China. Hopefully, we will have a great time next week when the whole of LOE, quite literally, I won't pay for it. Someone better pay for it. Quite literally, the whole of LOE is going to Japan. Let's just all go to Japan. But next week is the Japanese Grand Prix for all the divisions. We still have 2 races to go in Division 2 and Division 4 for China. Next week, hopefully, J. Cole is back as well. So it won't just be me nearly losing my voice. Yes, Connor did finish third. He did finish third. It said he was 3.6 seconds behind on the thing and said 16th. It's a glitch. So that is a third place for Connor. But yeah, next week Japan. This season is bubbling up quite nicely. Quite a clean first race. Quite a lot of incidents in the second race. Yeah, it's going the right direction. It's bubbling a little bit. Brent had a bit of a stinker after that safety car restart. YHY wins. It's a close championship to start with, and it could go any way. Who knows? But yeah, I've been RJ. I've now got to shoot off to watch D2. So if you want to watch me drive around in last for 28 laps, that's coming up in about 25 minutes. The qualifying will start for D2 and D4. But yeah, until then, or until next week at Japan, have a good rest of the week, and yeah, tune in for LOE this time next week.